up, everyone? So back to universe mode, and I've got some updates for you guys. So I've added some new people found on community creations, and my roster size has grown. Excuse me. Well, I don't know what I was gonna say, like two different words there, but my roster size has grown. So anyway, on this WCW Universe Mode video, we're going to focus on adding teams to the fray. So last time you saw me add in Harlem Heat, and this time I just replaced the WWE 06, 08, 07 Booker T with 98 Booker T. That's what he looks like as the created wrestler. We still have Heart Foundation, the New World Order, which features 6 Hogan, Hall, Nash, and the home skillet, Eric Bischoff. Then we've got the Steiner brothers, Ricky and Scotty, who are my World Tag Team Champions, or at least should be. So then anyway, I'm going to show you guys some more tag teams that I'm going to be creating and adding to my WCW 2K24 Universe Mode. And let's see, where do I start? So we're going to go to all wrestlers, and then as I find them, I will add them. So the first tag team being added today is going to be Alex Wright and his partner, the homie Disco Inferno, as we are recreating the Boogie Nights of World Championship Wrestling fame. I believe they were the tag team champions together at one point. Don't quote me on that. I know Alex Wright won the tag gold, but I think it was like with Sting, oddly enough, or someone, and he did that in, I think it was Germany or Australia, I don't know, some outside of the United States it happened, and he was tag team champion with someone rather odd, and then I believe when they came back to the United States, he gave the other title to Disco, but don't quote me on that. Like, this is my memory, just like, I don't know if I'm recollecting it correctly. So we've added the Boogie Nights, Disco, and Alex Wright. Could have also called them the Dancing Fools, but they're not fools to me. I love Alex Wright and Disco. Then we'll go down the line again, add some more, and now we're gonna go ahead and add Ric Flair and Arn Anderson, the 4 Horsemen. So they'll be the team. Usually I like to put Chris Benoit and Dean Malenko together. They were tag team champions together in World Championship Wrestling. So there are times where like I'll make the whole 4 Horsemen with Benoit and Malenko together, and other times just Flair and Anderson by themselves. But I'm just gonna go for the whole 4 Horsemen here, and I'm still gonna let Benoit and Malenko team up. So we're adding Dino Malenko. Where you at, Malenko? All right, here we go. So we've got the 4 Horsemen here, and then I would also add Steve Mongo McMichael if I ever found. So I did find one actually, but he wasn't all that great on community creations. So when I do find the perfect one, then I will definitely add him. But for now, the 4 Horsemen will just remain 4, not the 5 Horsemen that are still called 4. So the 4 Horsemen. The 4 Horsemen is their stable name. Excuse me. What's going on with that horrible spelling? Also, Brian Pillman is... I do have Brian Pillman in the fold. Team... I didn't say Gallus. What you talking about, Willis? The 4 Horsemen. But yeah, Pillman was not affiliated with the Horsemen when Malenko was there. But my favorite version of the Horsemen was this one right here. This was my era. So I think I'm going to have them... cheered, booed. I'm gonna have them booed. Yeah. So the 4 Horsemen, Benoit, Malenko, Ric Flair, and Arn Anderson. Like, this was to me like the most technical 4 Horsemen ever. Now let's put aside Sting. Let's put aside Lex Luger. Let's put aside Brian Pillman. Pillman was cool, but like this right here, this was the bomb.com squad, 4 Horsemen. All right. Then we'll keep things going, baby. What other tag team? Like I said, as soon as I see someone, I'll go ahead and add them. So I was going to add Faces of Fear or Dungeon of Doom. But so far, right now, all I have is the Barbarian. So that's not going to happen. And then Big Boss Man, yeah, he's there. But We're not going to do that. So the next team, so I just found Billy Kidman. And his tag team partner is going to be none other than Rey Mysterio Jr. And you got to roll the R's because the girls like that. The girls love when you roll the R's, when you're like, Rey, all right? Ladies love that, so definitely do it. And their team name is going to be, you guessed it, the Filthy, Dirty, Nasty. That's the way we like it. The Filthy Animals, baby. So we're recreating the Filthy Animals of WCW fame. The tag team is Kidman and Mysterio. And rounding out the Filthy Animals, we're also gonna have, where you at, K Diggity Dog, Conan, and Eddie Guerrero, because Eddie Guerrero was a part of the Filthy Animals in World Championship Wrestling. I could have also added Disco, who was under the name Disquo, Disquo, but Disco, he just spelled it Disquo. And he was a filthy animal. Also, Hoovy was a filthy animal, but my favorite version of the Filthy Animals included Eddie Guerrero, the first incarnation of the Filthy Animals before Eddie left. And then also in the Animals was the lovely young lady known as Tori Wilson. So here we've got the Filthy Animals. We're going to have them cheered, because who wouldn't want to cheer them, especially when Rey Mysterio is involved. We've got the Filthy, Dirty, Nasty Animals right here. The next team we're gonna add as we go down the line, who else are we gonna add? Baby, I could do where we at? Oh, Brett. I could add more. No, that's Brett 92. Anyway, Pillman, nah. Oh, here we go. Brian Knobs. We're gonna add now the Nasty Boys. So it is very important, imperative even, that I add these tag teams now, so that way I can have rankings for the tag team division. So that way I can actually have a tag team division, because right now I don't have a tag team division, because all I had was literally 4 teams or whatever. Yeah. So the nastiest of boys. The Nasty Boys, Brian Knobs, Jerry Sags, and perhaps they may be managed by Jimmy Hart, if Jimmy Hart is not too busy managing 100 other different people. The nastiest of boys, they are bad guys. And then, yes, so I'll get to the entrances and all that stuff later. It's not important. I just got to make sure I've got some tag teams for my tag team division, which was non-existent. So with Buff Bagwell, I could do Totally Buff. I loved him and Lex Luger teaming together. That was like a match made in heaven. That should have happened long time ago. I could have even done Buff Bagwell and Shane Douglas, who teamed together during the New Blood days. They were WCW Tag Team Champs, but instead, what I'm actually going to do is I'm going to reform the American Males, baby. Buff Bagwell and Scotty Riggs with the patch on his eye. Yep, so that's the Flock, Ravens Flock, Scotty Riggs. But we're going to fix that up later and make Scotty Riggs look like a beautiful bad boy, like he was before. Let me see if American Males are in here. No, we've got American Alpha though, but they're not American Alpha. They are the most American males, baby. The most American of males. They are more American than even you and I. Buff Bagwell and Scotty the Body Riggs. Oh, wow. What am I doing? The American Males. All right. I could have even made Buff Bagwell and Scott Steiner. That was a cool. I like when they were together. They were funny and cool. Anyway, yeah. So they're going to be good guys. And like I said, I've got a lot of editing to do. So Scotty Riggs is not going to keep that patch on him. Pirate patch. We're going to make him sexy, baby. So they're going to be more modernized looks of them. So Buff Bagwell with his over look when he got over, and Scotty Riggs with a better looking version rather than the early 90s American Males look. Who else was a team? Cactus? Nope. We're going to skip ya. Nope. Chavito Guerrero used to team with his Uncle Eddie, but they also feuded together, so I'm going to keep him without a team right now. Candido. All right, so what we're going to do... Ooh, but... there's no Bam Bam in the game just yet, but he will be here. So for now, so I always like to recreate the triple threat. They were never together in WCW. Don't quote me on that. Maybe it may have happened like a one-off thing, but don't quote me on that. I don't really know. Anyway, so I'm remaking the triple threat right now, and Bam Bam Bigelow will join the frame, later on, whenever he's released as DLC, or if I can't find him under DLC, then I will add him as community creations if they have them under community creations later. They're gonna be bad guys, heels. They're gonna be booed. So for now, it's just Shane Douglas and Chris Candido, the triple threat. Who else? Continue going down the line. And if you guys are here with me, still watching, thank you so much for sticking with me and watching. I appreciate you guys more than you would ever know. The next team we've got up next is Chuck Palumbo, and he'll be teaming with his homie Sean O'Hare, the former WCW World Tag Team Champions, baby, formerly of the Natural Born Thrillers. I always like to call them the Natural Born Thrillers anyway, so I'm just going to keep that name. It was better than just calling them Palumbo and O'Hare. So I'm just going to call them, guess what? The Natural Dustin Rhodes. Just kidding. The Natural Born Thrillers, or the NBT for short. Natural Born Thrillers. Alright, they're gonna be good guys for me. Former WCW Tag Team Champs. One heck of a tag team. And then up next, after them, we're gonna reform the Skyscrapers in Dan Spivey and Mean Mark Calloway, who was not yet the Undertaker, but he undertook, I don't know, I was going to say something clever there, but he was cool in WCW. Yeah, so the Skyscrapers, they were huge, by the way. So then, yeah, and then at one point, Sid Vicious was also part of the Skyscrapers, but we're not adding Sid to this at all. For now, I think I saw Skyscrapers in here at one point. Let's find out. Skyscrapers. No Skyscrapers. Alright, so they're gonna be booed. I think Teddy Long is in the game somewhere, and hopefully, right? Is he in the game, or is it just as a general manager? I don't know. Anyway, but if he's as a manager and not a general manager, then he would manage the Scrapers of the Sky. Okay, who's next? Added to a team. Okay, so we're gonna do DDP 97. Got to take out the 97, and he'll just be DDP. And his tag team partner, of course, is gonna be his homeboy that was really close to him. And then they started feuding out of nowhere, which is pretty cool that they feuded anyway. That is, where you at? Chris Canyon. Who better than Canyon? Nobody. All right, so they together, they are former WCW Tag Team Champs. Also, WWF Tag Team Champions as well. They feuded with Kane and Taker. In WCW, they also teamed with Bam Bam Bigelow. They formed the Jersey Triad, but again, Bigelow's not right here, so it's going to be interesting when I do finally have a Bam Bam Bigelow. Who will I pair him with? Will I pair him with Canyon and DDP to form the Jersey Triad, or would I put Bigelow with Candido and Shane Douglas to reform the triple threat? All right, so now we've got teams. Look at this, baby. We've got the American Males, Boogie Nights. Bruh, where's the S at the end of Boogie Nights? Don't play with me. How do I do this? Okay, Boogie Nights. What am I doing? All right, Boogie Nights, DDP and Canyon, the Filthy Animals, the Four Horsemen, Harlem Heat, the Hart Foundation, the Nasty Boys, the Natural Born Thrillers, New World Order, the Skyscrapers, the Steiner Brothers, and the Triple Threat, which is actually Double Trouble right now. All right, then up next we shall add, who's next going down the line? Dusty. I usually pair Dusty with Dustin Rhodes. And I did actually find a great Dustin Rhodes, but he keeps downloading and then he doesn't download. I don't know what happens. It might be damaged. So yes, Evan Courageous. This was like first look in WCW. So I got to change it so he looks like his 3-count days. Because I did also find 3-count Shane Helms. Sugar Shane Helms about to hit you with the Vertebreaker. So we can reform 3-count. Haven't found a good Shannon Moore just yet. There's quite a few of them. There's more of the punk rock Shannon Moore going around, but that's not the look that I want. I can't even alter it to the way I would want. So just gonna have Courageous and Shane Helms for now. They would be 3-count. Until Shannon Moore gets here, they will now just be 2-count. Something like that. I don't know about that. The 2-count. They were actually calling Shane Helms and Shannon Moore 2-count when Evan Courageous left the fray. So yeah, that's that. Dungeon of Doom is where Giant... Oh, okay, there we go. So the Giant is here, and he's going to be paired with the Taskmaster, Kevin Sullivan. Baby, where you at, K-Dub? No, it's not K-Dub, it's KS. All right, here he is, the Taskmaster, Kevin Sullivan. And yeah, this would be the Dungeon of Doom. Let me see if they have Dungeon of Doom here. No, they have Doom, but not the Dungeon of. Nope. All right, so for now, the Dungeon of Doom will only consist of 2 members, which will be excuse me, I'm writing and thinking at the same time. So the Dungeon of Doom for now is going to be Giant and Kevin Sullivan. And then when I finally find like Hugh Morris and Ming and One Man Gang, then they would join the fray as well. They're going to be Boot, the Dungeon of Doom, Taskmaster as the lead. But yeah, the primary team of that Dungeon of Doom is going to be Giant and KS, Kevin Sullivan. Next up, I'm going to make Fit Finley and Lord Steven Regal, or just William Regal in this game. I always team them together. Unless I find Squire Dave Taylor, then we can make the actual Blue Bloods. But for now, my version of the Blue Bloods is going to be Lord Steven Regal, your lordship, and Fit Finley, who were great during World Championship Wrestling, both former WCW World Television Champions, and I admire their in-ring abilities. They were awesome to me. I absolutely love both of them, so it's cool to pair them together. They were actually more so paired together in WWE when they were with Booker T. They were part of his little cabinet or group or whatever you want to call it, a little stable, when he was the King Booker. All right, so next tag team. I could have done Fire and Ice, could have done Ice Train and Scott Norton, but I'm going to keep them separated because I want Norton to be a heel. Ice Train would be a face for me. I might even put Norton in the NWO, but I'm not sure about that. So no teams here. Jeff Jarrett, who can you team with? No one right now. Jerry Lynn's not teaming with anyone. Jimmy Yang is going to be part of the Young Dragons whenever I find Kaz Hayashi and Jamie Noble. Then I can add him in. Johnny B. Bad, Hoovy Juice, and Jushin Thunder Liger. All right, so I usually always pair Hoovy Juice and Psychosis. They did team for a bit in WCW, and then in WWE they were the Mexicools. I'm not gonna call them the Mexicools here though. In WCW they're just gonna be Hoovy and Psychosis. Psycho Hoovy, I could have called them too, baby. Yeah. And then I might even want to do like the cruiserweight tag team division. And who knows if Hoovy the Juice and Psychosis the Juice would want to go after those cruiserweight tag straps. Who else going down the line? We did Hoovy and Psychosis. Who's up next here? Let's see who we looking at. La Parca? Nah. Lance. Oh, yep. Here we go, baby. The Perfect Storm. The Perfect Storm, Team Canada. I don't know if I'm going to call them Team Canada, but it's going to be Lance Storm teaming with my favorite big man of all time, Michael Awesome. Oh, I was going to say a bad word, but I'm not going to say it. I'm going to call them Awesome Storm, baby. I think maybe they were even called that at one point. Don't quote me on that. But yeah, so they teamed together in WCW as part of Team Canada. I remember they challenged O'Hare and Palumbo for the tag strap on quite a few occasions. And then in WWE, they teamed together as well. And they were just always, in my mind, they were over to me. I always loved Lance Storm, and I always loved Mike Awesome. Lance Storm, one of my most favorite technical wrestlers, and Mike Awesome, like I said, one of my most favorite big men ever. I absolutely loved and adored Mike Awesome. R.I.P. to him. He is truly missed. And yeah, Awesome Storm, baby. Then who's up next? Could have done MIA, but I'm not going to do that. Misfits in Action. So I'm going to go for, since he's up next, Lex Luger and Sting. And they're going to be Sting and Luger. Duh, remember? Former tag team champions together, Sting and Luger. So yeah, I got to adjust the Lex Luger attire, take off that Wolfpack attire. But for now, yep, they are teaming again. It's going to be Sting and Luger, the former WCW World Tag Team Champions, the best of friends. They're going to be cheered, baby. All right. Who else can we add? Going down the line. All right, not LP. Savage is not teaming with anyone. Chono's not teaming with anyone. Nope. I could have done Perfect and Rick Rude. Is Rude already in the game? Yes, he is, ladies and gentlemen. So they were always best friends and members of the NWO. When they were in the NWO, Rude would accompany Perfect to the ring. They were part of the Wolfpack and the original NWO. So guess what? I'm just going to go ahead and put them together. Yeah. Perfect. I'm going to call them Perfect and Rude. I guess it's not much of a name, but he's Perfect and the other one's Rude. Perfectly Rude. Oh, we're going to call them Perfectly Rude. That's what I'm going to go for. Perfectly Rude. It's a shame they didn't get to team together in WCW. Like I said, they were aligned in the NWO. Rick Rude wasn't wrestling anymore by the time they were together in WCW and in the NWO. But it would have been cool if they did team together. That would have been amazing. They were together, however, in WWF as the Heenan family. I don't know if they worked tag matches together, but they could have made great tag team champions. IMO. All right, so who else is next? Not Chono, not Martel, Perry Saturn. I usually put Saturn with Raven, and Saturn. But should I do that, or should I form the Deadpool? Should I do Raven and Vampiro, the Deadpool? Remember that team when they were aligned with ICP also, the Deadpool or the Dark Carnival, whatever they used to call them. They had like two different names, but I really like, I'm going to do Raven and Saturn. I could have even done Raven's Flock, but I'm just going to do Raven and Saturn for now. If I get Stevie Richards or Reese, then maybe I'll do the Flock. But I'm going to do Raven and Perry Saturn. And I believe, as I'm getting older, my memory's starting to go a little faulty on me. But I do believe Raven and Saturn were tag team champions at one point. Don't quote me on that. If not, then definitely Raven and Vampiro were tag team champions. So Raven and Saturn, they're another team. And who else? We're getting closer to the end of my roster. So let's see who else we can add as a tag team. Oh, of course, duh. Road Warrior Animal and Road Warrior Hawk. Who are they, ladies and gentlemen? The Road Warriors, aka the Legion of Doom. But in WCW, they were the Warriors of the Road. Alright, so the Road Warriors, Hawk and Animalistic Instincts. Just kidding. Anyway, let's see if the Road Warriors name is in here so they can be announced appropriately when they come down to the ring. And yes, look at that. Ladies and gents, we've got the Road Warriors. And I think I didn't add the Blue Bloods call to name here, but I think it's in here. Let's see. I think I saw it here somewhere. The Blue Bloods, ladies and gentlemen, they're here. All right, getting closer to the end. Let's see who's left to form a tag team, a realistic tag team, by the way. Nope. Norton is not going to be aligned with anyone right now for the foreseeable future. I'm sure we'll find someone, or maybe not. Super Kalu, Tony Mamaluke. He can team with Tony D'Angelo. Form the FBI, full-blooded Italians, baby. Who else? Vader and Vampiro. That's it. I guess that's pretty much it. Who did Too Cold? Too Cold used to team with someone. I forgot who it was in WCW. But we're gonna, yeah, I guess that's it for now. So this is my tag team division for my WCW 2K24 Universe mode. And we're gonna start from the top, baby. Wait, let me count and see how many we got so far. So we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Who else? All right. 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22. All right, so we got 22 stables. I was going to say 22 teams, but it's not 22 teams because I'm going to show you a trick right now. All right, so Kidman and Ray Ray could be one team, but then Eddie and I can still have Eddie team with Chavo, so that can be 23 teams, or I can do Eddie and Conan, or I can do Ray and Conan, because Ray and Conan did team together too. So there you go, we got 25 teams there. So the possibilities with the Filthy Animals is endless. So for here, we've got Benoit and Malenko, as well as Ric Flair and Arn Anderson. So there we've got 27 teams. So this team, so it'll be Bret and Neidhart primarily, but sometimes I'll have Neidhart team with Bulldog, so 28 teams. Who else? No, this is gonna stay that way. I'm not gonna split that up in any way. Who else? Yeah, that's pretty much everyone. All right, so we're gonna take it from the top now, and we've got the American males, Buff Bagwell and Scotty Riggs, Mike Awesome and Lance Storm, Awesome Storm. The Blue Bloods, Fit Finley and William Regal. The Boogie Knights, Alex Wright and Disco Inferno, DDP and Chris Canyon. The Dungeon of Doom, which for now consists of Giant and Kevin Sullivan. The Filthy Animals, the Four Horsemen, Harlem Heat, the Heart Foundation, Hoovy and Psychosis, the Nasty Boys, the Natural Born Thrillers, the NWO, Perfectly Rude, Raven and Saturn, the Road Warriors, the Skyscrapers, the Steiner Brothers, Sting and Luger, the Triple Threat, which is just Double Trouble right now. And you can see Candido's package there. Don't look. And 3 count, which is actually 2 count right now. Courageous and Shane Helms is going to hit you with that Nightmare on Helm Street. Luckily, I got a pretty cool few updates before I uploaded the video. Yeah, so I found a few more guys, and I think I've finally completed my tag teams for WCW. So I fixed up that Scotty Riggs, as I was telling you guys. Yeah, so no patch, and actually no, I didn't do this myself. I was gonna do it myself, but thank God I didn't have to, because I did find on Community Creations that someone had already made a Scotty Riggs in his late WCW gear. No patch and the red tight, so that's pretty cool. So thank you for that, whoever made him. That's awesome. And yeah, now my American males here, this is what I wanted them to look like, and this is what they look like. Scotty Riggs without the patch. Not Raven's Flock Scotty Riggs, but Scotty Riggs. And then we've got Awesome Storm, Lance Storm and Mike Awesome. Got a new Lance Storm. The Blue Bloods, we already did that. We already saw Boogie Nights. Got a new DDP. So DDP and Canyon here. Doom, I found Butch Reed on Community Creations. So he had the short trunks, so I had to modify him a little bit and put the long tights on him. So I made Doom, Farouk and Butch Reed. Not Ron Simmons, but even though Farouk is Ron Simmons, but yeah. So Doom is here. The Dungeon of Doom, I found One Man Gang. They actually had him under Akeem, and then his alternate attire was One Man Gang, so swapped them out. And here we go. One Man Gang has joined the Dungeon of Doom. Faces of Fear. Yes, finally found them. Found a good Meng, and I found... no, I had Barbarian already, actually. I just altered the face paint, no more face paint, and altered the attire a little bit. And then with Ming, I altered his attire as well. The face scan or face that they made for him was awesome already, but I had to alter the attire a little bit. And he was actually under Haku, so I had to change him to Ming. And so yeah, the Faces of Fear, who are also associated with the Dungeon of Doom. I just wanted them as a separate tag team. Filthy Animals, I believe, yeah, we went through that already. The Four Horsemen, I found a good Mongo finally. Mago, and added him to the Four Horsemen. So now it's like the Five Horsemen, I guess, but the name doesn't sound all that great. So they're still the Four Horsemen with Mongo, or maybe even with Arn Anderson, because when Mongo was actually in the Horsemen, Anderson stopped wrestling. He became a manager and whatnot. So yeah, we'll figure it out. But I want them all wrestling. So let's see what happens. Added the new Booker T, Harlem Heat, 98-ish Booker T here. Then we've got the Heart Foundation that was there already. Got a new Hoovy. I found the new Juventud. And Psychosis, the same Psychosis, but new Juventud. Chronic, finally found a good set of Chronic. So Brian Adams and Brian Clark. Great tag team. Always loved them in WCW, and now here they are. I always have to have them first in my universe modes. But this year, for some reason, no one created them right away. So yeah, I had to wait a little bit. But finally, I've got Chronic, Adams, and Clark. Nasty Boys, you saw them. Got a new O'Hare, I believe. I think I told you guys that. But yeah, the Natural Born Thrillers, Sean O'Hare, Chuck Palumbo. New World Order's the same. Perfectly Rude. We went through that. Oh, I found Mr. Wonderful and Paul Roma. That's his Power and Glory attire. But man, wait till I show you guys what that Paul Roma looks like. It's amazing. Both of them actually look good. Like, I've never been in love with a created wrestler more than I have been with the Paul Roma figure. It's pretty and it's wonderful. And these guys are pretty wonderful. So yeah, they teamed in WCW. I'm putting them back together. We've got Paul Roma and Mr. Wonderful, Paul Orndorff. Or Orndorff, okay? So the two Pauls. Could have called them the two Pauls. Not Pretty Wonderful, okay? Public Enemy, I found them too. They look awesome. Rocco Rock and Johnny Grunge, the Public Enemy. La-di-da-di-da-di, we likes to party. La-di-da-di-da-di, we likes to party. Yep, those guys. Raven and Saturn. I found a good Saturn, finally. Teaming him with Raven. The Road Warriors, we went through that. Skyscrapers, I believe I told you guys about them. But Mean Mark, Dan Spivey, wanted them in my universe mode. Two towering husks of men. Yeah, they gotta be in my universe mode. Steiner Bros, Sting, and Luger. Found a new Luger. Removed the Wolfpack look and the Wolfpack shirt. So it's just Luger here. And then I finally found Bam Bam Bigelow, baby. So yep, the triple threat are reunited. We've got Candido and Bam Bam Bigelow as the tag team. Shane Douglas is the leader, and yeah, they'll be causing damage in WCW My Universe mode. Maybe I'll even have them do some ECW matches. Who knows? On ECW TV, maybe, we'll see. And then 3 count. I finally got 3 count to my liking. This is like, I love 3 count, like more than anything in the world. They're my favorite boy band, even though they're not a real boy band. I'm being a mark right now, but yeah, I used to love 3 count, but finally here they are. Evan Courageous, Shannon Moore, and Sugar Shane Helms. So Shannon Moore and Shane Helms will be the tag team. Courageous is the leader. But they'll swap things out. We'll see who teams up most. Mostly it's gonna be Moore and Helms. But yeah, I finally got 3 count. We like the Backstreet Boys and sing too. Yo, Britney Spears is kind of cute. We watch TRL on MTV. Let me stop. Cringe. All right, I guess no mixed gender teams here. For WCW for now, at least. But yeah, these are all my tag teams. We've got quite a few, and then yeah, I guess we can finally have our tag team division On point. Wait, did that save? Oh, I didn't do anything anyway. Oh, I just deleted these guys, so we'll do that again. Gotta save that because they're not a part of WCW. But yeah, so now we actually finally have a tag team division. And this is awesome. All right. Okay. Okay. Yeah. All right. All right. Thanks for watching, guys. Hope you guys enjoyed. Stay tuned because we're going to have fun this year. WCW 2K24. And here's my man with the master plan. My favorite wrestler of all time. He's the centerpiece of WCW Monday Nitro. It's the Hitman, Bret Hart. And I'm Chris Braverman, and I'm out of here. Peace.